And here they come again. This time without volunteers. Oh, but there are submarines on the prowl. Austria doing their part. Let's go and take a look. No. 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 That's not how this works. That's not how any of this works. I don't think they even had orders. I think they were literally just in a province. Just sitting there. Can we change our votes in the poll now? No, sorry. Okay, so it looks like Palermo might actually fall this time. Messina? Oh no, they're moving troops away from Messina. If Italy wants to win this, they need to keep those troops pinned. Yeah, I think that Italy has now finally done this. And it's a real crying shame that the Reichspakt has not reinforced Sicily. And I think they're going to regret that, actually, because Sicily is just such a massive, massive thorn in their side. Oh! 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 No! I stand corrected. Austria got their act together. Austria is going for the convoys, and I think they're going to get them. Unfortunately, I think it's too late. But they're trying. CNT FAI have come in with their navy to try and intercept. Boom, they've just arrived. It's a poor screen, though. It's a very poor screen. But I think it's going to be too late. Those submarines are running away. They've not actually managed to sink any of the convoys. They did a bit of damage, but not enough. Convoys heal fully after the battle. And there we go. Damn it, Reichspakt. You were the chosen one! You could have protected Sicily, but you chose not to. And I think you're going to regret that, because that's going to allow Italy to now consolidate. That would have been such a good airbase for you as well. It's such a massive pain. Like, you know that they're going to have to keep on dedicating units to try and knock you out. And it's so easy to defend. And it's going to be a real problem to retake that in the future. Big shame. I think that Austria or Bulgaria could quite easily have held on to that. Probably Bulgaria, seeing as Bulgaria is already responsible for the ports and things. The two Sicilies fleet is on the sailing, but now they're not going to have a source of fuel, so they'll never leave port again. So what the hell was Austria doing? Because they've reorganized their ships again properly. And it was Austria that we were looking at, right? Yeah, it was. Also, why is this... Oh no, they capitulated. They didn't. Separate peace. Oh, Papal States separate peace because two Sicilies and Reichspakt? Maybe? Yeah, that's a shame. I suspect that if two Sicilies had joined Entente, Entente would have defended them. Oh, hot join. Who dis? Oh, I need to go to my neutral nation. Iceland. We're going to zoom in on Iceland so I forget. I don't forget. I think this might have crashed again. Yep.
Hello, Mordred.
Hello.
That the 1-2 has unfortunately crashed and will be rehosting.
Okay, no worries.
Thank you.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so that was one of the other admins telling us that the 1-2, who is the host of the game, crashed. So we need to rejoin. I think there's a decision that SRI get if they fully occupy Rome for long enough that kicks Rome out of any factions it's in to let them conquer it. Gotcha. That makes sense. So I'm just going to run through the usual system of clearing the cache so that we don't have any desyncs. Settings. Clear. Mods. Enable super secret mod. Play. Yeah, if you have questions about European Universalis, I would actually recommend you ask them on the Discord, Buildmaster. We have a lot of very, very knowledgeable players on the Discord. And that's going to be a better place because more people are going to see it. And that goes for everyone else. If you are interested in joining our community, if you want to play, or if you do play Paradox games like Hearts of Iron, Crusader Kings, not Hearts of Iron, European Universalis, hell, even Victoria, then do swing by our Discord. It's a cool place to hang. Lots of very knowledgeable people there, very nice people. If you want to do multiplayer games, they are organised there pretty frequently. Plus, of course, the community games. Speaking of community games, the community game is going to be back again next week. So on Saturday and Sunday next week, we're going to be continuing the game where I am playing as the naval commander for Germany. So Submarine Germany coming back next week, and the Second World War has just begun, although that is vanilla. Imperator, the one that I definitely shouldn't forget. And I will need to do some admin work during the week to make sure that everyone who's supposed to be there is actually going to be there, and start looking for substitutes for those who aren't. That's a good point. Thing for Monday, I think. Holy hell, there's a Fallout mod. Just saw it. Yes, that's Old World Blues, and it is excellent. Highly recommend it. There are basically 3 big mods for Hearts of Iron I massively recommend. Old World Blues, which is the Fallout one, Kaiserreich, which you're watching, you should be familiar with it by now, hopefully. And then the third one is Road to 56, which is basically vanilla plus. It's an expanded vanilla experience, but it's good. Now there's a good question. If you're new to Old World Blues, people who are not new to Old World Blues, who would you recommend to play as on the first game? Like in Kaiserreich, I'd just instantly say Germany. In Vanilla, I'd instantly say Italy. Who would you recommend in Old World Blues for a first-time player? Who was my first one? Free Fighters. Troll Warren? Not sure I'd say Troll Warren. Desert Rangers? Actually, just Desert Rangers are a good choice. Or, oh, yeah, I know who I'd say. Heaven's Gate. I would definitely say Heaven's Gate. I wouldn't say Legion, they're too big. Same with the NCR. Wouldn't say NCR either. I think I would say Heaven's Gate. They have the biggest options of stuff to do, and they're also basically neutral in the big conflicts, so you have more space to do what you want to do and learn stuff. And your first battles are going to be against people that you can relatively easily defeat, so you can kind of learn how combat and everything works in there. Let me just double check to see if there's a new host up. There probably is. There isn't. No, there is. Literally as I was saying there isn't, then there was. Okay, I'm just going to go and hide my screen while I go and join this. Right, and we got about 1 million drink teas. So, Volcotta, this one was for you. Silver Knight. Black Wolf. Mobile X. Daddy Damocles. And the American Prince. Thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Single subs in provinces without orders is not an entirely bad idea. I do that when I'm at peace because they make great spies. In the first session of the community multiplayer, I was doing that as the USSR and feeding information about the Japanese to China. Oh, okay. That I can see. In which case, fair enough. And the speed that Austria gathered his subs and actually started using them more aggressively, yeah, okay. Showed that he wasn't completely incompetent at sea. Yeah, that naval war against the UK is going to be interesting. I'm looking forward to that. We'll also need to make a decision as to whether or not we should console command Poland into the Allies. I think we probably should, because everyone, even us, were operating under the assumption that Poland would call the Allies. Nobody knew that puppet guarantees didn't count. If it didn't count, the game would just not let you do it. Let me just double check that there is nobody... Oh, that's new. Who are you? We have a different Ireland player. He used to be up high. I don't know whether to call them Ethic or Chitai. I'm going to call you Chitai. Necron, Daviolo, Atlas, Slave 1, Baguette, Chasm, Wyman, Mazdo. Yeah, I think everyone else is the same. And we can even go to the player map mode and zoom out and watch as people join. Part of me wants to save 200,000 points and just spam drink tea, hoping you'll just chug from the pot. I wouldn't. I still drink tea when I want to drink tea. I think it's a nice thing, nice way of interacting with chat to have the drink tea, but I'm not going to overdo it. So in my opinion, what's the best vanilla country to take after Italy? In Hearts of Iron? Considering Italy was the start point. I mean, honestly, after Italy, you can go anywhere. Italy is mostly there to teach you how to play. I really like the UK. I really like the Netherlands. Netherlands would be an interesting challenge if you're feeling more confident. Germany. I mean, you've done the Italy thing. Try as Germany. Be the big boy. France can be an interesting challenge. Just don't expect to necessarily win on your first attempt. Japan can be good. More juggling of different theatres in Japan, though. Huge fan of the channel, really enjoying the Kaiserreich tournament. Will the EU4 Observer game be returning anytime soon? Yeah, the plan for that is in 2 weeks. So next weekend is going to be hopefully the end of the Hard to Find 4 community multiplayer, and then after that we're intending to bring back the E4 multiplayer. It was supposed to start next weekend, but the Hard to Find game ran over. Yeah, I personally find the USA and vanilla really dull. It's far too easy. Soviets can be interesting, but the problem with the Soviets is their focus tree is terrible. How does one get the awesome icon shirt? At the moment, only a very limited number are in existence. I meant like 3 years ago to get a merchandise store set up, but I still haven't done it. One of these days I'll get around to it. But basically, if you see one of these, then it probably belongs to a real-life friend of mine, a family member, or my top patron. It's the one shirt I've mailed out to somebody I don't personally know. But one day I'll get merchandise sorted, because I really, really like this. Like, that logo is so cool. Right, I should probably unmute, as I think we're in safe territory once again. Isn't the Italy focus tree being worked soon, TM? Possibly. I mean, the ones that haven't been done yet: Italy, Soviets, Poland. I feel like I'm missing somebody. No, I can't think if I'm missing anybody else. Italy, Poland, the Soviets, those are the three. 2 Sicilies have capitulated. Capitulated? Poland is a thing. Yep, Poland is one. I really actually want to see a reworked Poland focus tree now that the government in exile stuff exists. I think a Poland in Exile would be a really interesting game. Like, I already enjoyed Poland in Exile, and it made very poor use of the mechanics that they've since introduced. Like the Netherlands. The Netherlands is a fantastic example of a good government in exile to play as, because you basically shift all of your stuff over to the Dutch East Indies. Whereas Poland was the true government in exile that continued fighting, Free France to a lesser extent. And I think that with the ability to trade political power for factory slots, Poland would be really, really cool. Germany declared war on Denmark. I mean, yeah, there are loads of countries that need focus trees. Turkey, Finland being prime examples, but they don't already have a focus tree that needs reworking, which is what was being talked about. Okay, so Germany is bullying Denmark, or rather Austria is bullying Denmark. I do like how Germany is just letting Austria do all of the actual, like, offensive fighting. I guess that Germany's forces are, like, entirely defensive, probably 20 combat with infantry blocks with artillery support. USA was man the guns, yes. T-Mill is a good t-shirt merch store if you're looking for one. Teesprings as well. Most streamers and YouTubers I see seem to use Teesprings. I did long ago try to set up a merch store and it didn't work very well. Like, so bad I never actually made it public. And then the other thing I wanted to do is there was a local store near to where I live which printed t-shirts, and it would have been a bucket load cheaper to just get them printed there in bulk and then ship them out. I ended up just wearing all of the t-shirts I had printed there, because it's basically become a uniform for me. And that shop is now shut down, so that's no longer an option. And since that happened, I just kind of forgot. I'll be honest, I forgot. I find Poland hard to play, but I'm just bad at the game. That's because Poland is hard to play. Whether you're good or bad at it, it's hard to play. Like, I've genuinely tried to save Poland a few times, and it is very, very difficult. Why not share the design so people can buy what they want? Because it's a business and I'd like to make money off of it. Like, I had to pay to get the design made. If I'm being very frank. And that was more back when I was doing more YouTube, when the YouTube revenue was so unbelievably dire that you cannot make a living off of YouTube. Not with the size YouTube channel that I have. But since then I do Twitch, and Twitch is decent. So I don't need the merchandise income as much as I would have if I was doing purely YouTube. Expectations that we get one DLC patch that includes Italy and a bunch of other Mediterranean countries that don't have focuses, e.g. Greece, Bulgaria, Turkey, Albania. Another includes the Soviets and Finland, and Poland, probably Scandinavian countries that don't have focuses. Possibly. I do somewhat suspect that the next one is going to be internal politics and is going to be about the Soviets. Because I thought initially it was going to be the espionage in the Soviets, but now I think it's going to be internal politics. Like, having spoken to Podcat about what he wants to do with Hearts of Iron, he says that he's very disappointed with how, like, internal governments work, and also espionage. Espionage has since been worked on, governments haven't. So I'm expecting, like I said, Soviets with internal politics. How's France doing? Attacking into Brussels and Antwerp and not really making any headway. Denmark's capitulated. And they did not join a faction, so Germany can just go ahead and take all the things. Do I work full-time as well as this? No, I do this full-time. 8 hours a day, 5 days a week. If not more. And that's not including the time I spend editing and rendering, which this last week has been a lot. Soviet internal politics, so assassinations and purges. I mean, it would certainly be stuff to do with the purges, I suspect. Although they do need to be careful how they handle that. Iron Kaiser, thank you very much for the Twitch Prime subscription. Welcome to the Modelings. Good to have you joining us. And Rev Shiver, thank you very much for the follow. Welcome to the channel. Eight hours on camera, there you go. Plus Discord. Like, community management is honestly another 8 hour day, a day job. Which is why I'm so grateful to have so many great moderators working with me on this. Oh, Denmark went to Sweden. Interesting. Actually, I don't know why I'm surprised. That makes complete sense. I was expecting Germany to take it, but no. Sweden getting it. Fine. UOB declared war on Iceland. Oh, that's my other neutral nation gone. I'll find another one now. Who's left? Muscat? No, that's allies. Entente. Eritrea? I think Eritrea is independent. Not for long. Nigeria? Ah, Liberia. Oh no, that's Portugal. Damn it. It's going to be something like Ecuador. There we go. Ecuador, buddy. Oh, naval fighting happening up here. Ukrainians are finding British ships. I think that somebody has finally done some naval intel and found out where the British fleet was located. Interesting. Lombardy, Venetia, Haiti. That's true. I forgot about these two. Switzerland. Switzerland's independent. Crazy enough, I know. So, June 1940. When we were talking to Japan earlier, he was guessing that an invasion of... or the Co-Pro would start getting involved in 1941. So we're about 6 months away from a possible Co-Pro intervention. But the question is, who are they going to go after? My money is still on the Entente. I think that they're going to go after India. How many convoys do these guys have left? 17! They are using 180. France, 40. They're using 270. CNT's okay. 129 still available. Italy, 194. Alright, they're not in massive trouble yet. Is France still horribly low on basically everything? Yep. So their production rate for tanks is going to be very slow. Can't clear the alerts because I'm an observer, so the same alert keeps popping up. Is that true? I'm sure I just cleared them. Oh, 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 oh. Oh, West Indies. It's not a player invasion. Nice attempt by the West Indies attack here, though. Wait, no, that is a player invasion. West Indies were taken completely by control by Canada. They expeditionaried the entire West Indian army. Okay. I have a feeling that this is more of a probing attack than anything really serious. Seeing if Spain is adequately defending themselves. Oh, is somebody trying to defend Iceland? No. I think that was just a reminder for Ireland to get a move on. Because I didn't think they were necessarily attacking with the expedience that was perhaps expected of them. So who is the air controller for the Internationale? It's not France. Maybe Ireland? Don't think so. Britain. Might be Britain. It's Britain. And how is the air battle here going? The Reichspakt are starting to bring a lot of planes to the fights. And they are starting to really shoot down International aircraft. Whoa, in big numbers. 9 to 20, 7 to 21. Ouch, that's a turnaround. 10 to 30, 8 to 21. They've really turned this around. Because up until this point, Third International was kicking ass and taking names. But now it's Reichspakt who's doing that. 15 to 27. It's 2 to 1 kill ratio. 3 to 1. That was a 30 there for a second. Meanwhile, the USA is going after more and more of South America. Eritrea has capitulated to the Reichspakt.